Ghana's embassy in Madrid on Saturday, September 4th, denied passport application processing for some 27 Ghanaians, including pregnant women and children, after they traveled from Girona to Madrid in the Catalonian province in Spain for the exercise or the process which was organized by the embassy through a consular clinic. Now, this allegation is being made by some Ghanaians who live in Girona. Today on Say Loud, we'll be speaking to some of these affected victims via Zoom on exactly how this came to be, and we'll also see how we can resolve this, getting the right authorities to respond. My name is Lord Harris Udwasari. When we return from the break, we'll get straight into the conversation. Please stay. Welcome back. You're watching Say It Loud with me, Lord Harris Udwasari. So we'll go straight to the conversation. We have with us Mr. Emmanuel Esiedu. Mr. Esiedu, good morning.
Good morning, and thank you for having us.
Great. Thanks for being here. Now, tell me, how is the Ghanaian community in Girona like?
Okay, before I do that, I would like to introduce the rest of the members here. Okay?
All right.
Okay, we have here with us our chairman, our interim chairman for our association, Mr. Godfred. We have the vice lady of our Council of Elders, vice chair lady, right here. You can see her.
Okay, great.
Please,
I'm Comfort upon.
And we have the vice president of our association, interim.
Prince.
Hi, Prince.
And then we have an active member of our association,
Mr. Wadi.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Brady.
And my name is Godfrey Tobo, the interim president.
Okay, Godfred, I didn't get a surname.
Godfrey Tobo.
Tobo.
T-O-B-O-A.
Okay.
Tobo.
Okay. Godfrey Tobo. Okay, so we.
Okay.
Mr. Said we'll start with you, and then we'll go around the table.
Okay, then. First, I would like to convey to you, our members, profound gratitude for your interest in our story and for giving us the platform and opportunity to share it with your audience. But before we proceed, though, I would like to make a few things clear. Should I?
Okay, I'm listening. Just
Hello?
go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. This interview is about an article I posted to you for publication. Ghana Embassy, Madrid, Spain, denied passport application processing for Ghanaians in Girona because they do not belong to a particular unit.
Even before you go ahead, we are just going to have a conversation. The basis of the interview is the article you wrote, but I want my audience to have a fair idea of the association, how life in Girona is like. So let's have a normal conversation, and then we can delve into the issue proper. Would that be okay?
Okay, so you want to know the situation in...
Yes, let's have a conversation. How is Girona, Ghanaians in Girona like? How long have you been in Girona for Spain?
Well, I've been in Girona for, let's say, 15 years.
15 years.
And some of my colleagues here have been here over 15 years.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
And, we are over 400 Ghanaians living in Girona and its environs.
I see. And over the years, how have you been addressing issues among you Ghanaians in Girona as far as the embassy or the consulate is concerned?
Actually, it would have been fair for your audience and for all of us if you have let me finish my introduction speech, and then probably we go into the article, because as I'm aware that I think you may have read the article before this interview. So the article actually talks much about what you're asking me now.
Okay, right. Thank you for that. Now you speak of an association. Tell us more about the association. I asked earlier how you've been addressing issues with your association over time? How has that been like?
About 14 years ago,
Right.
a couple of concerned Ghanaians came together to form association because there were no association in Girona here. So after the association was formed, mandate was given to a group of people to lead it. They did their best up to 2015. Then they saw the need to do elections, to have a new leader to lead them.
Okay.
So elections took place. It wasn't even easy for the elections because within the same caretaker administration, some people, led by our current chairman, raised an emotion. A referendum was done, and then the election finally took place. Then our past, let's say the old association's chairman, won the election. Well, there was the usual what do you call it? The usual rumors about elections, but he won it, so we gave it to him. And we advised that since we are not a country and we are just a nation, why don't we all come together as one people? For example, we even advised, and even the then Nigerian Union president advised that why can't he make his opponent the vice? So those of us can team up together and organize ourselves very well in order to have a beautiful union here, because we are the same people, having the same goals and stuff like that. But there were some people in our community who don't see things that way. So they kind of rejected this idea and they went forward. Well, what can we do? They won the election and they want to have the administration. So they went ahead. Okay, they called some of us to join them, to be organizers for them or secretary, but honestly, we did not participate. Why? Because we didn't actually like the makeup of their administration. There were so many areas that we advised them they wouldn't take. So occasionally they do call on us for they do consult us for certain issues, and we do advise them as to what to do. But it became that they turned the association into like a private club for a few friends. For your audience sake, my article about this was published in Ghana Web Diaspora News of Monday, 1st February 2016. Okay, Ghana Union, Girona, a club for a few friends. Because of that, most people don't actually participate in the union's affairs or activities and stuff like that. So the election was supposed to be, another election was supposed to be done in 2 years, but the chairman refused. He kind of find a way around it to say that because nobody came to contest against him, so he continued as unopposed, which is not true, because our very vice president here submitted his nomination form to contest. But as usual, they find a way to dodge around it. And he continued as unopposed. People were not happy. But here is a guy who is likable, friendly somehow, and had that magnetic way of life that people actually like him. But he was not doing the right thing for the community. So after another 2 years, the previous caretaker administration rose up to ask him to conduct an election. Well, he was kind of being on denial that when he took over power, no one has been coming to the meeting and all this stuff. But that is not true. He has been conducting meetings in his home with his friends. Okay. The only thing that the association is very good in doing is to announce funerals, announcing funerals and calling the community to go to funerals. While some of us are highly participating in our civic activities here in Girona, in our civic cultural staffs and the city council. They were only interested in funerals and stuff like that. So over time, the city council and the civic center found out that no, Ghanaians are not attending meetings. What happened? But strangely to them too, individual Ghanaians are participating actively with them in their meetings. But why not the Ghanaian community? So things became hot when the previous caretaker administration said they can't take it anymore. So they found Council of Elders Committee to ask them to open up the association to the public. Let us revive it. Let us revive it and do an election. There was a heated argument, heated problem. I mean, altercations here and there. So I personally was not involved in
the elections.
I was not active in the association.
Okay.
Okay, because as a freelance writer, I decided to stay neutral. So there is, in case of anything, I will be able to come in or something like that. But people were pushing us that we can't live in the same city and let a couple of, I have to use this word, incompetent, inept people to run affairs for us, because they might make decisions that will affect all of us. And honestly, they did, because that was a time when we go to Madrid to renew our passports. After you've been to Madrid to get your passport renewed, you've been there, you've done biometric, you've paid everything, the embassy will not send the passport to you. They will send it to the association for you to go and collect from them, which is unlawful, because no one has the right to see anyone's document. And in this case, sometimes when the documents arrive, they keep the documents a day or two, sometimes a week, before you are even aware that your document has arrived.
Okay,
and when
Mr. Siedu, before you even go ahead, before you go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah, Mr. Siedu, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but your voice is very low.
Okay, I'd like Mr. Tobo to come in at this point, right? So Mr. Siedu spoke about the fact that after renewing your passports, the embassy sends it to the association, right? So I get the sense that the embassy was working with this association, but here's the situation where it seems there's some form of division. So what was exactly going on?
Thank you very much for giving me the platform. Yes, what Mr. Acedo just spoke about, it is a fact. We have an evidence. I happen to be a victim that after renewing my passports at the Ghana embassy, I provided or I gave them my residence address, for which normally supposed to be posted to me personally. My passport was then being given or posted to the Ghana Union Association Girona executives.
Okay.
That passport has been detained for 5 good days, not until I got in the rumor that my passport is in their hand.
When was
All
this?
efforts to retrieve this passport was unsuccessful. Thank God, you know, in Spain here, postage system works in terms of telematic communication.
Okay.
And through that, when the passport was being posted to them, the carried envoy that was granted that services, also sent me a text message that my passport has arrived. And I should confirm the receiving of that passport. It was there that I got to know that so my passport has already been posted to me in Girona, but has not arrived in my hand.
Mr. Godfrey Tobo, when did this happen?
Story short,
Mr. Tobo,
it took police intervention before my passport was given back to me.
Okay. When did this happen? When was this?
Excuse me, I'm hearing you very faintly. If you can.
Mr. Tobo, can you hear me?
Very low, please.
It's still low. I'm saying that
your voice is very low.
I'm asking when this happened. When your passport was seized by the association.
This happened. My passport 2021. So this happened 2014-15 thereabout. Because it was a 5 years renewal that I did. The current one I did was in this year. That's 2021. So calculating backwards, it was 2015 that I did my current expired passport, which became controversial as I speak to you now.
Okay. Did you take it up with the embassy when this happened?
Yes, I contacted the embassy, but then, if I can remember very well, that time the embassy, I don't know if they were going through a telecommunication problem or not. So anytime that you try calling them in terms of issues of this urgent manner, you hardly get them. You called, it goes through, it enters into a voice message, which we call in Spanish here as buzón.
Okay.
So all efforts getting the embassy, laying this before them, but then finally I happened to get the direct contact to the consular then, called Mr. Jonathan, and I laid my issue to him. I sent a personal report to him by then. Mr. Jonathan expressed a disappointment of the situation by then.
Okay.
And then that situation was published by Mr. Asiedu in his article. If I can make a reference to that is
the reference is
that's a second.
Ghana Union.
Yeah, that is
for a few friends.
Ghana Union Girona, a club for a few friends.
Diaspora News, Ghana Web Diaspora.
That is in the Ghana Web Diaspora News, 1st February 2016.
Okay, so 2016, the article got published. We are in 2021. We've had about a 5-year lapse. During this period, what has been happening? How come that has not been resolved?
Good, because as been described by Mr. Asiedu, it has become like a union for a few friends. And, excuse me to use the word, they made themselves, as being said in the Ghanaian political platform, that what? It was like that. So, as you know, being used by some of these politicians, it means that they wouldn't give even that time for you to even try to address issues with them.
Okay. Now, take us through.
Okay, I would like to come in again.
Okay, Mr. Siedu, let's hear you.
Can I? Okay. From when Mr. Godfrey Tobo's incident took place, things subsided a little bit, but majority of our people they are extorting money from them. Why? Because, for example, we now are an association. We don't force anyone to register with us. When anyone needs help, they call us, we go in and we help. We don't force people to tell them that, come and register with us, pay your dues up to 50 euros before we help you to get consular services from the embassy. So all of us Ghanaians were very happy when the biometric system was introduced, which means if you know how to use your computer, you don't need to go to anyone. You can sit behind your computer and they fill in the form, book your appointment, you go to the embassy, and they do your passport for you.
Great.
But the makeup of our community is like a lot of people need help even to be behind the computer to do their passport application process. So we need to help. So because of that, there is a guy who is the secretary of the old association. He has been killing a lot of people, taking huge amounts of money from people. There are a lot of voice messages condemning him on our platform. Well, we won't go there because that is his own problem. People are still looking for him and dealing with him. So we were very happy when things were going that way. That is the embassy side.
Okay.
But then when it comes to our livelihood, our lives here in Girona, we become like a dent. No one knows us. Okay. First, the old Ghana Association has been removed from every activity that the city council or the civic centers does. We are out of it. We did our best. We approached them 3 years ago. 4 years ago, rather. 4 years ago, when the situation became heated, that the other party, which is that of Mr. Godfrey Tobo, they were calling for election. These people were denying it. So a couple of concerned citizens, including me, we approached them and asked them to stop the fight and sit down and talk. So they respected us. They gave us the platform, and both groups told us that we should mediate and try to make peace, which we did. They gave us an 8-page written bylaws that, from what we saw, is designed to kind of alienate some people from participating in the chairmanship of the association. But then they said something that we should go and look into it, and they give them a complete constitution that whatever we do, they will accept it because they know our status here in the community. So we did. We spent more than 6 months, and then we gave them a 35-page constitution. But we found out that it's like when someone becomes chairman or president, because the previous caretaker administration took 8 years, and then this one is taking to 6 years now. So we decided to add into the constitution some committees so that there will be power sharing, like Council of Elders, Disciplinary Committee, other committees to oversee the power. There will be a power sharing, so no particular person will take power of the association into his or her hand. So we did, and we gave copies of the constitution to both parties. The other party read the constitution and they accepted it, but the defunct old association now refused it. And not only, we gave them an option. If there is anything in the constitution that they did not like, they should inform us to change it. They can suggest some things in it, or we can even come together and change it in its entirety. They did not do that. The next thing we heard, they've swerved us, and then they've called some few people for a meeting, and they've elected the Electoral Commission to conduct an election. But then during this time that we are looking to revive our association here, they were forming in the Barcelona province a union of Ghanaian associations in Catalonia. So because they were the executives, they were involved in the formation of this association, and they were going to meetings representing Girona, and they were not giving us any feedback. They waited cleverly until the association was inaugurated, and they had positions in it before we are aware of what was going on. So luckily enough, there was going to be a program which the Ghana consulate was going to attend. So I was being sought after to be the MC. I mean, to be the
moderate it.
To be the master of ceremony of the day.
Okay.
I couldn't make it, but through that I got the contact of those people in Barcelona. And because I will say to this, I'm the first African here to do African Community Magazine in the Catalonia province. So most people in Barcelona know me because of we do go around taking photographs and doing interviews and writing articles, putting it in our magazine. So I contacted the president of the UGAG to advise his friend, our old chairman. By the way, before the incident in Martorell, 2 days before the incident in Martorell, this very chairman in the old association who has been making all these problems made a YouTube video to resign, which is on YouTube. Okay? So,
Mr. Siedu,
let me go back to
Mr. Siedu, before you go on, we'll take a quick break here. After the break, we'll delve further into the conversation and you tell us exactly what happened on the 4th of September, why you were turned away and all that. You're still watching Say It Loud with me, Lord Harisido. Sorry, we're going for a quick break. Please stay.
From the dawn of time, people have engaged in several businesses. With the onset of technology and innovation, life has relatively been made easier. By using debit or credit cards,
mobile banking.
Thank you. And your favorite, mobile money?
Tech has indeed married business. On BizTech, we spend time with faces behind known and upcoming businesses in the country.
Learn more about the new technologies and innovation,
as well as find out about the trending issues in the world of business.
Join us as we serve you with a variety of compelling interviews, projects and others right here on Ghana Web TV.
Welcome back. You're still watching Say It Loud. My name is Lord Harisido. We've been speaking to some Ghanaians in Girona, Spain, who were refuted passport application at the embassy. They are here with us and they are giving us exactly more details into exactly what happened. And we've been speaking to Mr. Siedu. Mr. Siedu.
Huh?
Mr. Siedu, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you?
I can. Thank you. So let's get to it. Tell us exactly what happened on 4th of September when you applied for your passport.
Okay then. I'm doing that.
What happened when you got to the premises of the consulate?
I will read from the article because the article is written perfectly clear.
No, we want
to a point that the witnesses here.
Mr. Siedu, I want you to tell us. I want you to tell us what happened without reading the article. You experienced it, you went through it, so tell us what your experience was. You could let Mr. Godfred Tobo or any other member speak.
So let's go into it. About a month ago, we heard the rumors that in April, myself, Mr. Godfred Tobo, and one of our council of elders went to Madrid to renew our passports.
Okay.
So we had a 1-hour meeting, a courtesy call on the consul, Mr. Seth Odami. Actually, he was gracious. We talked on so many issues, and he even said that, very soon, we asked him that our president asked him that he came with a family of 3 in the speed train to Madrid, and the amount they paid to get there with the family is so expensive. So we were having a conversation, said, why can't they have a consulate in Barcelona so it will be easy for those of us in Catalonia to access it? Well, he gave his reason why that would not be possible. I wouldn't like to delve into that. Then he said they now have mobile equipment that can help them to travel around Spain to bring the consular services to our door. That when the COVID protocol is lowered down a little bit, that can go on. So we were very happy. And then we left. Then a couple of weeks later, the president of the UGAG in Barcelona called me and said they will be coming to Girona to have the UGAG's executive meeting in Girona, because Barcelona, actually the guy is in Tarragona. Barcelona has refused.
Okay.
For reasons not mentioned to me. So they will be coming to do the meeting here. So we said, okay, but it was too late for us. And you know, the European system of work, people have their work schedule. So they came, they did the meeting, we were not present. So they went. Then a week later, we heard rumors that the consulate is coming to Martorell in near Barcelona in Catalonia province to conduct the consular clinic exercise. Okay, we frequent the Ghana embassy website. So we knew when they were going to Zaragoza, it was announced. It was announced. When they were going to Zaragoza in the Aragon province, it was announced. When they went to Murcia, it was announced. When they went to Andalusia, it was announced. But Catalonia was not announced. But it was on individual platforms, random platforms, that this is what is taking place. So we called the Union of Ghana Association in Barcelona, and what they told us is that we should give our association's members' name to the old association. They knew very well the problem because we've been having Zoom meetings, we've been trying all this while to settle the issue, but we've not yet come into agreement or conclusion. Okay, so we said we cannot do that. We wrote to the consulate, to the consul, and he directed our president to send the names to the organizers because he has asked them to organize it for them. So our president did that. He sent the names, he called the organizer in Martorell and had a word with him. So they gave us go ahead to send our names, which he did. He sent our names. First of all, we sent the name to the consulate, and he directed him to send it to the organizers, which we did. Okay. They even asked us to, contribute a quota to help organize the prayers for COVID-19 protocols, which we agreed upon.
Mr. Siedu.
They gave us date, time, and venue.
Mr. Siedu, so it means at this point, there were two streams of lists being given to the organizers of the passport application. Is that what you're saying? One from the association and one from your group, since you weren't in very good terms with the recognized association?
Exactly. If you permit me, from here, I will let the president continue.
Okay, Mr.
I will let Mr. Tobo continue from here.
Right.
All right. Thank you very much. Once again, I proceed from where Mr. Asiedu just stopped. Based on the rumor that was in circulation about the Ghana embassy in Madrid coming to Catalonia region to do or to conduct clinical passport service for Ghanaians, we took that advantage and sent an email to the consul, Mr. Seth Odami. If you wouldn't mind, I'll read the content of the email to you.
Okay.
Dear Consul, good morning, sir. I'm writing to first of all thank you for fulfilling the passport mobile service that you told us about during our courtesy call on you at the embassy on the 21st April 2021. Please, sir, concerning the up-and-coming consular clinic for passport application processing at Mataró in Catalonia from September 2nd through to the 5th, 2021, I would like to present to you the following compatriots willing to process their passport application in Matoro for your consideration, sir. For not taking much of our time on this program today, I submitted these names to him from the very person on the list, Mrs. Comfort Ata Ajiwa, with her contact number.
How many people?
In total,
okay.
In total, we provided 24 people in our email. Then let me continue reading. So please, sir, kindly let us know the exact date that our compatriots coming from Girona join you at Matore for their passport service. I would like to humbly ask for your assistance to help our compatriots from Girona community process their passport without any hindrances. Thank you for your usual cooperation. Yours sincerely, signed, Godfrey Tobo, Interim President, Ghanaian Welfare and Culture Association. After receiving this, after sending this email to Mr. Odami on the 21st August 2021, time 7 a.m. in the morning, Mr. Odami quickly replied the email. The same day, 31st August 2021, 11 a.m. in the morning. Dear Mr. Tobo, good morning, and I thank you for your email. In the first place, I am not coordinating any compilation of list of Ghanaians wanting to take the opportunity for this exercise we are going to do in the coming days. I have asked the leadership of the Matore community to prepare the grounds for me to come to do my work. What I have said to the leaders in the community is to avoid the mess we encountered at Zaragoza. So please, channel the list to the right place and not to my office. I have high expectation and high regards to the leaders, and I don't want to talk plenty in this email, but then at the appropriate time, I will let my intention known. So please channel the list to the appropriate place, not to my office. Thank you, Consul. So with this reply from Mr. Odami, the Consul currently at the Ghana Embassy, is directing me to give the name to the host, that is in Matoro. That is the Ghana Union Chairman in Matoro,
okay.
which I subsequently did immediately after receiving this email from the consul.
Okay. I
informed my executives about it. They said, Godfrey, go ahead. Let's send our list to the Matoro Ghana Union Chairman as being directed by the consul of the Ghana Embassy. Our conversation on the WhatsApp. Good morning, Brother Daniel. He's called Daniel. Please, I sent you the list of fellow compatriots willing to do passport. Then Daniel answered, good morning. Please, you can come on Friday to join. You can come on Friday to join.
Okay.
Girona, thanks.
Okay.
So then I proceed. What time, please? He said, please, it's Saturday. Then he said, the time is 9 a.m. I said, noted, please. I proceed. Thanks, Brother Daniel. Then on the 2nd of September 2021, in the evening, then I said, good evening, Brother Daniel. Please kindly give me the direction to the center of where the exercise was to be conducted. Then he sent me the direction through Google Map. Then on Saturday, we prepare our badge with our bus. Went there, reaching there, join the queue as the normal routine for which we are aware that our names have been submitted ahead of time, was going to be called. We reached there actually around 7:30 in the morning. The exercise started 9 o'clock immediately the same day in the morning. Our names wasn't being mentioned. Standing. So in the afternoon, almost like around 1 to 2, thereabouts in the afternoon. On board of our barge, we had children, mothers, elderly men among us.
Did you call Mr.
The situation
Daniel?
was very bad.
Did you call Mr. Daniel to let him know that you had arrived and you weren't being attended to?
I went inside with some of my executives that accompanied us that day. Even some of the executives which are running with me here were there to also do their passport personally. They also got in their passport expired, so they got to do it. So our effort talking to Daniel was what? Unsuccessful. Daniel became like a dumb man. Any question to him, no answer. What is our list that I sent to you? He turned like as been described in Ghanaian Palanque as what? Mumu. Daniel turned to Mumu. Then over there, to our surprise, the name that we submitted to the host being controlled by Daniel, the Ghana Union Association, that is the defunct association leader that also happened to be there that day, he rather came from the exercise room with the list that we submitted to the Material Center. And then he was proud enough saying it loud in the crowd that this list from Girona is not going to be accepted because they did not pass it through me. We said, what? What was that? The protocol being directed as we have evidence of proof from the consul? Our effort to even talk to Mr. Odami was unsuccessful. I personally used my mobile line calling Mr. Odami that very day at Matador. I would not like to conclude that he intentionally refused speaking my call, but all effort reaching him was unsuccessful. The very number that he calls me on before this exercise that we are talking about, that number has not been answered that day. Even after the exercise, no calling back, no, information from Mr. Odami till I speak or till we speak to you now.
So when the president of the association came to announce, what's his name, please? You didn't give me his name. The name of
his name. His name is Samuel Kojo Asumam. That is popularly known as Sami. That is the leader of the defunct Ghana Union in Girona.
Okay, so when Mr. Isuman was making the announcement about not recognizing the list that you had submitted to Daniel, what did Daniel do about it? What's Daniel's full name, by the way?
As I said it earlier on, Daniel
was still mute.
Became news. He wasn't talking. Even said, I tried. We have a video for which at one of the entrances at the same premises that I happened to corner him with some of my executives over there. I said, "Oh, Daniel, can't you recognize me again?" Okay, I still have a copy of our list. Take it. He refused to take it.
What's Daniel's full name?
Daniel. I don't have his full name, but then we can find out. But then okay. He is the leader of the Ghana Union in Mantoro. That is the center that okay. His full name is Daniel Asari.
Okay.
The Ghana Union chairman in Matoro. That in our email, Mr. Odami, the consul, directed us to send our list to him.
I see. So 24 of you were refused the passport application process because your list wasn't recognized. When this happened, how long ago was this? This was on 4th September, right? This was on 4th September. This happened on 4th September, on that Saturday.
Yeah, on the 4th September.
Yeah, correct. That's on the 4th September, on that day.
Okay, so after it happened, when you tried to reach Mr. Seth Odame and you couldn't reach him, did you try to reach the Foreign Affairs Ministry here in Ghana?
Let me come into that.
At the moment, no, but then I'll give the floor to Mr. Acedo to make a little point about that place.
Okay, okay. Thank you, Mr. Godfrey. Please, I will take it from me a little bit. Then I will let our chair lady also have a word, and there are a couple of brothers here they would like to speak.
We'll be wrapping up very soon, so please summarize what we'll be wrapping up very soon.
Excuse me?
We'll be wrapping up very soon, so we should be quick about the submissions, please.
Actually, reaching out to the Foreign Affairs, they couldn't do it at the spot because at the spot they were nervous, hysteric, trying to find a way, and there are some few things that he omitted, which other people will speak to, because they finally a Pentecostal pastor from Big, one of the cities in Catalonia, and then the Ghana Association Union leader in the Igualada, also in the Catalonia, both of them came to ask them what is the problem, and then they took the list from their hands again, and they went inside to try to find out why have they been rejected. Pentecost Matore. Okay, the pastor is a Pentecostal church pastor in Matore. Okay. Then they came back and told them point blank that Mr. Odame, the consul, refuses to attend to us.
That he will not do it.
That he will not do it for us. As plain as it was.
Because we did not pass through.
Sister Comfort, we are wrapping up. You want to?
So we'll present to you some of our executives here or some of our members here that also part of the exercise wanted to do their passport that day.
Yeah, Madam, so let me speak to Madam Opon. Comfort Opon, I want you to come in at this point. Now, Mr. Tobo says that Mr. Odame told you, the group, that you didn't take the list through the person you describe as a defunct president, Mr. Suman, and that's why your list wasn't recognized. But previously, he has stated that in conversation with him, he asked that the list be given to Mr. Daniel, and it would be taken on from that point. I'm missing the gap here. Can you please give me a little more explanation into that?
Okay, thank you once again. And I'll mix it with she. Sorry. It's true that we gave the list to Mr. Daniel in Matolo. He even threw the paper away. We have the video, everything is there. When we went, me and my brother, we went inside to give the list to Mr. The consul.
The second list.
The second list. We wanted to give it to them. So what they told me was, there was a man called Brother Joe. He came to us. We told him that we want to see the consul. He said right now, it's not possible for us to see the consul. He is busy now. So we stood on our foot for more than 3 hours without seeing the consul to give our forms to him.
I'm struggling to understand here, because initially Mr. Tobo has stated that the list was asked to be given to Daniel. Sorry, Mr. Siedu stated that the list was asked to be given to Daniel for the passport application process. And you went there to submit it to the consular. I don't understand.
Yeah, it's whereby when we got there, It's when we go there early in the morning.
Let me come in a little bit. Before the exercise, we were asked to send the list. So Mr. Tobo sent the list by WhatsApp to Mr. Daniel.
Why not to Mr. Suman? You stated that because of the issues, Mr. Dami asked you to send it to Daniel.
Yes.
But
you are saying
because
but you are saying now that when you got there, Daniel couldn't attend to it.
Don't get us wrong. You are getting us wrong.
Okay.
Initially, all the list, even from Samuel Kwejo Suman from Girona and from all the provinces, all the towns in Catalonia, should be sent to Daniel in Catalonia as the organizer. Okay, right. That is what we did. But then when we were going, we still have a copy of the list in our hands with the forms that they have filled on the website, each one of them. Okay, so when we got there and they said they don't have our list, then they were trying to use the second list in their hands to let them know that, yeah, this is the list we sent to you.
Okay.
So this is the second list.
Okay.
So this is what happened. But it was in that time that Samuel Suman went in and brought the list out. That this list has been rejected because it was not passed through him. If we send you the videos that took place, it was almost getting into altercation. Okay, so the embassy has someone at the gate with the organizers who was manning the gate, and he said it point blank to them that the consul said he will not attend to these names. He did not recognize these names.
Okay, so Mr. Sedio, at this point, is the exercise over? Does that mean that you don't stand a chance of getting your passports done?
No, if we go to Madrid, that is a different story.
Okay.
If we go to Madrid, if you process the application online, and then you go to Madrid, of course they can't deny you at the embassy premises because that would be a huge story. Okay. But then in Matole here, they took the opportunity to deny us. Okay. So it was really shameful. And when Madam Comfort was saying, they were inside. We have videos. We have whatever we are saying to you. We have videos. We have the WhatsApp chat live. We have videos. We have everything to this. Okay. So, and what is more funny? After they rejected our list, Samuel Kwejo Suman, the leader of the defunct Ghana Union here, who resigned 2 days before the exercise, came out with the list and called 3 people out of our list and used pen to write their name on the different paper and send them in, and their passport was done for them. So what about the rest of our list? What happened?
Okay.
What about the rest of our people? Okay, please, there is our vice president here. Since you are wrapping up, there is our vice president here and also another member here. So they would like to also speak. But would it be okay if we speak in our language, in our Akan language?
That's fine.
Okay, yeah, go on, please.
Prince. Prince, who name your thing?
Prince Kwabrabo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so
anything no mana penny bora kan ina no e no pepe kukra ni wa enfonso ye den ewum ana kukra ni wa sebe ye bo etim na ye den e dia to omo so ana se kan sa ende sa de ewomu nyina na omo aka no na ne se ye document na ye ko ye no bo se chama asande akomo omo wi enti no there is no need say omo hia ye bibia bio nje se bibia wo ana de ewomu ne se consulate nurse adi ama se obi amfa ne de ye den enkoma sa ye nua asare no enti obi a de e wo mo kwan amfa so a betumi organize a program sene ye nkofa ha onye de ema enti obi a de de e wo no ho so enti no ye bi wo na akwa sin bi se adon se o mpese o mo ye de e be ye enti we ba se o mo se ensem na do se amfa mo hwan yo depend debate na enti mu de enti mo kasa god se consult na gata tres de amfa mani pasumasi no kwese proof bi a de e wo ha through email communication na de e wo ha enti no adenti na mo say yam fam brem okay e corporate ni mo nje so a o mo pese o mo me den o mbaje ntina ye nim de dra
inti sesi ano den na mo pese Prince inti sesi ano den na mo pese consulate no e mamo
sesi ano de ye pese o ye ma ye ne se so wo ba Catalonia ba ye adia pastor man obi a ni kwan so de fa group bia so ni kwan so de pa situation bia mu e se won amba se as a Ghana ni ba bia a wo ba ye ne pastor no wo mo kwan wo ne right se wotumi ye de ye pastor ni de e ma no abra ni kwan se o ji se o dwane association bia nsa because embassy na concept ni have for union or have for Ghana citizens I wo ha Ghana for ye wo ha eni oni have for any association bia enti won na se wote no ma se wo sa ye no na wo mu se e se wo twe no free ho sa na ba se ye ni hia so wo ye ma ye
ana afezu so bari beta se kakra me pacho ye bra we so fa ne de kakra nko so na afi ye wia na mama 2 minutes na ye aka exactly what we need Mr. Maudimo na
pacho ye from me Prince Body na me don se be so we sta kwanya ya fa so e kasa bi na ne American ni na se ban fo no ye bibia na ye koduro no in fact time I go do on crime because you could not buy blue fear 3 o'clock 3:30 we surround a path to 1 hour 30 minutes from here to Motola no take you 1 hour 30 minutes or 2 hours because of weekends in Indina kola no gakra until traffic na the sana be kan and you go do no me ankasam me ne me re ne me ma me past 6 and the coin you tell say me ne me re ne me ma 6 apart from that no nkra bebre wom apemfo kra wom na ye gina ho no omo kan say list no mbo Girona 50 big 50 because of say Girona na big for na ye no mo Saturday no ye koduru ho no ye dos pa ba Girona for list no fancy ko ye mienu enti na omo kan ombo first one no ombo big for 50 ebo mu wura yinsa na gate na no and I'm some Girona no mbo nipa 24-27 after that you know then na omo computers no print here after that you know omo the pen actually some names e ma omo ko ye 34 no omo nyina for big minimum omo you get na me hu ni nyina enti no eno na chino mura mu ye no say no omo samba omo bi no say Girona from Kofa na big for so yere kofa go Girona for ye kwa ni na kora ye new system apart from kom you know ya kan bom ni na no list ni na kwa new system ndi ya ka tin be 15 and say 20 kora 24
okay Mr. Brady Mr. Brady we are wrapping up here we just want Mr. Brady yeah wrapping up in team percent Mr. Sieduma final words on Adia mo pese consulate ni yesesia already Prince Akase you don't want any intermediary mo pese association be abe front in these matters into your final words now we can close this chapter please
kakra we pese make go ye man say you know Ghana for because of say me kura be bisa mo listen be bisa mo question say yenye Ghana for nti omo nyama ye ntie nkwa no say because in braka ye ho na mpanyimfo no se ma me nkasa am say amba yi for no mba nipa tu kan no se ma me nkasa so yo nkura wo mti say ye nkwa ye simple te beko but say ye be say kan say me ye Ghana ni nuclear passport me manyi na me yere ni nuclear passport enti so obi ba so ye Ghana ni a woni nkwan say odi ke say wonjom ko we nti wonjom ko we nti ko ha ye ko bebre pa Ghana union ko bebre is a ko for kra no and I didn't say about say, you know, Ghana for the Yakan Hobo. The Ghana uniform, when I say, you know, Kuba and Hoboma. And some listeners are more far, no Yamay. And it was out denied to say, a young car, one for less than man, no one for less than uncle, or the person, you know, Munjon Co in the Mundimin in your passport. Mine. I find, Mamba, many messages because we fear commander. Man say for more than 700 euros. Let's say, my top letter who come, Jaco. Botola no be so man na me travel no e na medical ko nya za me no me ran mai na yewu god of say kwai ko faso bia nya den amaso ndi mesre say wo ye panini na da doma no de o ma ni you are you because of say panini de utna ho a e say ni ma bi ho no ma ni na ni ba be kana wutie because of so tie Samin brother Samino ene ne chairman na wo ha no secretary no omo na say me ka kire omo so omo na mananje because Samino direct because me so bia di Nyankopon me ba kura omo kura me so no die na kura na me ka kire bia ti esre say nipa bi oba so ye Ghana ni die wonye ne passport ma no se kura na bia kan obo so omo ye 5 omo ye 6 na omo ba ezo o heli da die ni mu no wo ye Ghana ni ampa nipa no wo ye Ghana for on passport ni omo bibia ni na why am more simple because e basa what the basa and ntetimu na yere e ba because bi ya present na wa na I say amana nyere part of don let dem bufu e depend obi an na koma say sitie ti na esi ko ba ho no se nya abota na enya ya nda nka bia bi twitwade a e ono ne this mistake na yere aba
di thank you so much yeda se say oni edin komo that's all time we allow us
Prince but this time rapport apa amaye ya I don't know if President Kakaba can one. Ya throw petition.
Okay.
Yeah, they call foreign affairs. Yeah, like a leadership, Mrs. Shelley Ayokoboke.
Okay.
Minister for Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration. Because case this year, now they were nervous. So when I assessed everything and wrote the article, we are now taking this process. But what we need said they should investigate this case and tell us why the consulate chose to deny Ghanaian citizens their basic right for passport processing because an association said they don't belong to them.
That's what it's called.
We need an investigation
in the petition.
We need explanation and then we need an apology.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
And henceforth, this thing should not happen again. Because women and children came back, they were crying. And let me tell you what, because of that, our community now has boosted up. On the 2nd of October, we are making an election, which is being conducted for us by our civic center here in Girona, because they know whatever is happening. So please, we need an investigation. We need explanation. We need a change of mind and the way of doing things, and we need an apology.
Okay, right. Thank you so much for speaking with us, Mr. Emmanuel Siedu, Godfred, Tobo, Comfort, Opong, Mr. Boedi, and Prince. But that's all time would allow us. We've been watching Say Loud. Now, these are Ghanaians from Girona in Spain who were refused their passport application after several weeks of engagements. My name is Lord Harris Dwasari. Do join us for our subsequent episodes.